Hi everyone, it's Jacqueline for Pixie Dust PhD. We are continuing my series of must-dos in Walt Disney World theme parks for folks who haven't been in a while or ever, and then also, depending on your certain interests, must-dos for those. Recently we covered the Animal Kingdom theme park, and today we will be talking about Hollywood Studios. Be sure to let me know what your must-dos at Hollywood Studios are in the comments down below. Disney World always has new things to explore, and I would love for y'all to push my boundaries and get outside of my comfort zone with your recommendations for Hollywood Studios activities. Admittedly, Hollywood Studios is probably my least favorite of the 4 parks, so this is a bit of a short list, but let's get to it. First up are the must-dos for folks who haven't ever been to Hollywood Studios or who haven't been in a while. Number 1, ride new attractions. This park has seen a ton of growth in recent years. Just in the past few years, we've gotten Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Going back just one more year, we also saw the introduction of Alien Swirling Saucers and Slinky Dog Dash. If it's been a while since you've been to Hollywood Studios, this is probably a totally different theme park than what you remember. I've still yet to experience Rise of the Resistance or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm definitely looking forward to that in my upcoming trip. After I've ridden these new attractions, who knows if they'll stay on my must-do list. But in general, Hollywood Studios just has a ton of big ticket attractions, and surely some of them are must-dos for you. Second, spend some time in Galaxy's Edge. I'd like to note that I am really not a Star Wars person. I don't actively dislike Star Wars by any means, but I also don't actively like it or really consume it. Until my partner and I got together, I had never seen a Star Wars movie or TV show or anything. And even now, I haven't had a viewing of all of the main series entries into the film franchise. This is all to say that I am not a Star Wars person, but I still really love Galaxy's Edge. The theming in there, the Imagineering is phenomenal. You really are transported. I don't necessarily feel like I'm in outer space, I don't think, but I absolutely don't feel like I'm in Disney World, and I don't feel like I'm in a theme park. Also, for being so popular, and perhaps I've just gotten lucky when I've been, but I never feel too crowded in there. There's a lot of open space for you to just take everything in and not feel overwhelmed like you are walking down Main Street in the Magic Kingdom sometimes. There's a lot of fun little details that are interesting even for someone who is not a Star Wars person. It absolutely is worth some time just hanging out in Galaxy's Edge, both in the daytime and the nighttime. And my third must-do, really for everyone, is to grab a drink or a snack and just hang out in the Echo Lake area or on Sunset Boulevard. The streetmosphere at Hollywood Studios has been decreasing over the years, which is hugely disappointing, but in general, when it is there, it is fantastic and so fun to experience. I am somewhat introverted, so I would rather watch other people or just watch the streetmosphere than be involved myself. Sitting on a bench on Sunset Boulevard is usually perfect for this. That being said, my preferred situation is actually getting a peanut butter and jelly shake to go from Tune In Lounge, which is a lounge that's attached to 50's Primetime Cafe, and then taking it and enjoying it in the Echo Lake area. Echo Lake still feels like old school Hollywood Studios to me. So much of that park is new or redesigned that I kind of lose the overall theme, but the theme of Hollywood Studios feels very present in Echo Lake. I especially love Echo Lake during the holiday time where it is dressed up to the nines. I've not yet been to Baseline Tap House, but I've heard that that is also a great place to grab a drink and a bite to eat, sit down, people watch, and enjoy the atmosphere. In general, it's just worth noting that there's a lot of great snacks at Hollywood Studios and little pockets of the park that are perfect for sitting down and soaking the theme of the park in. On to must-dos that probably aren't quite for everyone, but depending on your interests, these may definitely be worth your time. Tower of Terror is a big one for me, and honestly I think everyone should experience it in some capacity. The queue of that ride is immaculate, and it may honestly be my favorite queue in all of Walt Disney World. If even one person in your party wants to actually ride the ride, wait in line, and go on the attraction, I would highly suggest you go through the line with them and then bail before you board the actual ride. You can spend that time in line with your travel party, chatting and having fun, while also soaking up the amazing theming in the queue. Aside from the queue, I also just really like the ride. Tower of Terror is definitely a must-do for me, personally. That being said, if literally no one in your travel party wants to ride the ride, I could understand this being a skip for you. Next would be to watch Fantasmic. I love Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios. I personally have no recollection of the show over at Disneyland. I am aware there's fierce debate, and a lot of people think that the Disneyland version is far superior to that of Hollywood Studios. I honestly cannot comment. But hey, if you're not going to Disneyland anytime soon, I still think the Walt Disney World version is very nice. It's such an impressive production when you consider the sheer number of people going on and off stage. In addition to all of those actors, there's a lot of really fun props, and it features a lot of your favorite characters. I find Fantasmic to be super magical, and it's absolutely a must-do for me. However, I could understand that if you're a Disneyland person, maybe you'd want to skip this. And finally, I really enjoy the shopping options at Hollywood Studios on Sunset Boulevard. No, this is not the Emporium over in Magic Kingdom, so the selection is likely a tad more limited. But I find the shopping experience in Hollywood Studios just to be a lot more pleasant and less crowded than over in the Magic Kingdom. I usually don't spend a lot of time in the shops in general, particularly shops located in the theme parks, but if I am looking to buy a gift for some friends, I would most likely do it at Hollywood Studios over any of the other theme parks. Those are my must-dos, as well as the probably worth doing depending on your interest lists for Hollywood Studios. Like I said at the top, this is kind of a short list. I certainly could use some Hollywood Studios inspiration from you all. I can't wait to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. We can also chat outside of YouTube over on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find me at PixieDustPhD. Thank you so much for everyone who did leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support. I hope the rest of your day is super magical, and we'll see you real soon at PixieDustPhD.